I spend a lot of my free time making playlists. Hello, my shoddy baes. It's me, Larissa. For those of you who don't know, I'm Larissa. For those of you who know, hello. So, y'all, I have something so exciting today. I forgot my coffee at home.
This is a sad song.
That is quite upsetting. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to go all the way upstairs and get it. I'll just drink it later. Everything's gonna be fine. I can make it through a video without coffee. I am unhappy though. Anyway, I already drank a coffee today, so I don't even know why I'm complaining. Here's the tea. I asked you guys on the community tab if you would like to start seeing some playlist videos, because for those of you who don't know, besides books, my second favorite thing is music and connecting music to books. I love books, music, TV shows, and movies. So therefore, I connect music to all of my favorite things. It's one of my many talents. I'm kidding. So what we're gonna do today is I picked 6 of my favorite book couples, and I'm gonna show you some songs that remind me of them. Obviously, I can't do all of my favorite book couples in one video, but if you like this, I can do more parts. And if you have any more ideas for book playlists that you'd like to see, let me know. And I'm down to do it. I love playlists. Also, I put the playlist Fave Book Couples Rise on my Spotify, so you can go follow it, so you can listen to these songs. They're all in order that I'm gonna go on right now, so just letting you know. So we've got Lily and Lo from Addicted to You, because I just finished reading this and making this vlog and I love them, so I had to include them. Then we've obviously got Lily and Atlas, It Ends With Us, y'all know. Then Spanish Love Deception, Lena and Aaron. Love in Other Words, Macy and Elliot. Misha and Ryan, Punk 57. And then we've got Hannah and Garrett from The Deal, and Dean and Allie from The Score. So I'm gonna start with Lily and Atlas, y'all, from It Ends With Us. Let's do this. This first song reminds me of them because I'm imagining them when they were kids, picturing a better world for themselves and a life that they wanted to live. They were talking about how everything is better in Boston and how they want to move and be together in the future and all that. And that's kind of what I feel about this song. Picture me playing piano.
I close my eyes, the world that's waiting up for me.
A Million Dreams is essentially about, from The Greatest Showman, the 2 kids dreaming of a world they're gonna have in the future. You know what I mean? She's saying, take me along. And he's like, okay, I'll take you along to this dream that I have. And then it turns into them as adults living that dream. So that reminds me of Lily and Atlas, because when they were kids, they were in trauma situations, and together they talked about going to Boston and like their dreams and what they wanted for the future. And then you see that in the end with the adulthood of theirs. And song reminds me of them so decent, y'all. I love it. Besties, I had to move because it's getting dark outside and the lighting was bad. So I moved inside my house and I'm just gonna play the songs on my computer. How do we feel about that? I feel awesome about it. Thank you for asking. I enjoy being in my car much more, but it's fine. We're still on Lily and Atlas, right? Oh, we only played one song. That's so funny. So let's do the next one. This one's very self-explanatory. I don't think I need to explain it much more than the song already does.
Cause you've got me and you know I've got you and I know. I'm so glad I got to hold you. I spent a lot of time giving you my heart. I'll be yours forever till forever falls apart.
The part that really got me to pick this one was the lyric, I spent a lifetime giving you my heart. I swear that I'll be yours forever till forever falls apart. That just screams Lily and Atlas. I don't need to explain myself. This next one I picked because it's about a lost love and you waiting your whole life for that love to come back. You being, you know, left in that same state that you were at when the person left your life, if that makes sense.
Friends break up, friends get married. I'm right where you left me. Help, I'm still at the restaurant. It leaves me no choice but to stay here forever.
So yeah, that just kind of reminded me of the fact that once Lily and Atlas separated, he kind of just seemed to stand still and wait for her in his romantic life. And especially because it says friends break up, friends get married, and Lily, you know, with Ryle, and then help, I'm still at the restaurant since he has a restaurant. It just clicked. So this next one is just because, you know, they're trauma bonding and they found each other when they needed each other most. Next one is just because they met when they were young teenagers, and it's just them now as adults being like, I've loved you since I was this age. Play guitar, y'all.
So kiss me where I lay down, my hands pressed to your cheeks. I'd love to since we were 18.
This next one, I'm picturing it from Alice's point of view, being like, I'm here whenever you're ready. When you're ready, just come to me and I will drop everything to be with you, which is literally what he did. The quote that really makes me think of this song, obviously the whole Alice and Lily relationship, but especially this quote, is when Alice says, in the future, if by some miracle you ever find yourself in the position to fall in love again, fall in love with me. You're still my favorite person, Lily, always will be. Are those tears? No, not me. Yeah, so this makes me think of this song specifically because he's like, whenever you're ready, I'll be here.
Don't know why I try, cause ain't nobody like you. Familiar disappointment every single time I do. Baby, tell me when you're ready, I'm waiting. Even 10 years from now, I promise I'll be around. Have to, I'll wait forever. Say the word and I'll change my plan. I know your heart like the back of my hand. I'm waiting.
Amazing, especially the lyrics, even 10 years from now, if you haven't found somebody, I promise I'll be around. Because that's how like so many years passed by until they saw each other again and he was still around. And then him saying like, I know your heart like the back of my hand because of her collarbone tattoo with the heart where he used to kiss her. No words. Amazing, amazing. Last song for Lily and Atlas. I'm just gonna send it off with this one. I love this song and I love this couple, so that's it just makes sense. This song also reminds me of Vampire Diaries so much, so I can't listen to it without that, but it's fine.
Love and fighting, I can't imagine a world with you gone. I'd be so lost if you left me alone. You locked yourself in the bathroom, pull you in to feel your heartbeat. Can you hear me screaming, please don't leave me? Hold on, I still want you. Come back, I still need you. Swear to love you all my life. Can you hear me screaming, please don't leave me?
That's the end of Lily and Atlas. I love them so incredibly much. And those songs I feel like describe their relationship really well. I have many more, but you know, those are the ones that I picked for this video. So now that we went for a very traumatic couple, let's go for a more light one, The Deal. You know, still full of substance, but a more light, fun couple. And that's Garrett and Hannah. Obviously, we gotta start off with this one. If you read the book, I don't need to explain this one. It's just because I cannot get that scene of her singing it and him watching her out of my mind. I picture Hannah singing that in the karaoke night every day. This next one reminds me of Garrett and Hannah a lot, but also reminds me of 50 Shades of Grey. Two completely different things. But I'm assigning them this song because I feel like they changed each other's point of view of love and they have so much fun with each other. Fell in love with like this brightness that the relationship shined in the dark. And I feel like that's kind of what this song shows, but in a really happy, vibey way.
Never had a thing for fairy tales. I'm really a believer. I've been there with you, put me out of the crowd. Cause you told me that there's no way I couldn't go, nothing I couldn't do. I want to get louder, we're about to go on, baby, I'm in love. And I give it to you in capital letters.
Never had a thing for fairy tales, not really a believer. But then there was you. It just makes sense for them because they both kind of had given up and not really thought about love in that way until each other. Oh my God, this next one, y'all. This next one is just from Hannah's point of view of when she was falling for Garrett. Her just thinking all these things about him, but like trying to hide it. But him knowing that she's feeling that way and him feeling the same way because, you know, Garrett's got that confidence to him. So he's just like, yeah, I know I'm hot. I know you think so, baby. Lots of Taylor Swift in this playlist. I'm a Swiftie, I'm sorry. I don't want to apologize for that. You should be a Swiftie too.
Pinky nose make me wanna know that body like it's mine. Got that boyish look that I like in a man. No one understands. He's got my heart beats. I mean, I ain't gotta tell him I think he knows. Lyrical smile, indigo eyes, hand in my thighs. We could follow this lifestyle drive. Where you gonna go?
So this next one is because kind of like the same thing from Capital Letters, where they didn't know just what they needed until each other. Like how Garrett says in one of the passages there, he says that he didn't know just how broken he was until he met her. And then same for her. And I just feel like this song speaks to that in a more surface level, but still the same thing.
You know just what to say. The more that I know you, the more I want to. I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted you. You do things to my body.
I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted you. Don't eat no butterflies, because when you give me the whole damn soup. And then by the way, you do things to my body, because as we know, Hannah was having trouble with that. But then, you know, they fixed it together. It's just amazing, amazing. That song speaks to them. This one, self-explanatory. They're both gorgeous.
Take it as a compliment that I got you on the magnetic field being a little too strong. And I got a boyfriend, he's in the club doing I don't know what.
Okay, next. One of the only reasons I included this is because Garrett be hating on One Direction, and I'm a Directioner. I had to include One Direction in this, you know what I mean?
I might never be knight in shining armor, but I can be the one tonight. And when I first saw you from across the room, if you like to do the things you know that we shouldn't do, baby, I'm perfect for you. If you're looking for someone to write your breakup songs about, baby, we're perfect.
In the beginning, how he didn't think he could be enough for her kind of thing, of like, I might never be your knight in shining armor, but I can be the one tonight. Like, I can be the one that helps you through this situation, how he did with her. And then if you're looking for someone to write your breakup songs about, because she writes songs. If you like cameras flashing every time we go out, because we know Garrett is a professional hockey player, so just, dare I say it, perfect, pun intended. Okay, last one for Garrett and Hannah. I feel like it just, their lives were like a before and after each other. Like there was the before and how they thought they were doing fine and kind of just were going without really living, and then the after they met each other, how much their lives changed. It kind of reminds me of this song, starting their lives over together.
You pull my chair out and help me in, and you don't know how nice that is. And you throw your head back laughing like a little kid, thinking all I ever does is pray. And on a Wednesday in a cafe, I watched it begin again.
I love y'all. Love y'all. The next couple we've got is Lily and Lo from the Addicted/Calloway Sisters series. I just started the Addicted series. This is the first book, Addicted to You. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Lily and Lo may be the best couple I've ever seen. So the first song, it screams Lily and Lo for me. Let me just play it.
I met you in the dark. You made me feel as though I wasn't off. We drank too much. I held your hair back when you were throwing up. For a minute I was stone cold sober. I knew I loved you then. Scared to let it go. I wanna stay with you until we're grand old. Say you won't let go.
The next one I think is the one that I would say is the one that most reminds me of them, is because they find peace in each other's violence. And this next one also happens to be one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, I'd rather be a lover than a fighter. All my life I've been fighting. All this time I've been hiding. And I never had someone to come along. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. And I've been quiet for too long.
Obsessed. They literally found peace in each other's violence. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm obsessed. Oh my God, no words. This next one I would say is because they both didn't know for a long time like where the other person stood, if that makes sense. And this song kind of talks about that. It kind of talks about like, if you don't want me, like don't act like you do, because it's gonna destroy me if you pretend to want me and then leave.
We're driving in a black car that's blacked out and we're spinning. Don't wanna tell you what I'm feeling. I'm laughing but I'm lying. I'm the saddest. I hide my face so you don't see. It's going on 18 months now, it's fucked up, but I'm falling. I'm here and I'm in pieces, and I don't know how to fix this. You're holding my heart, what you say? If you just don't have it, that I gotta break. Convince myself that this is real. You made this shit so easy, and I told you my
my secrets. I can clear my sins, coming my days.
So that song screams Lily and Lo for me, especially because it's a duet. It shows both point of views and it just makes sense for them. The lyrics that really impacted me in that song for Lily and Lo is like, I'm here but I'm in pieces and I don't know how to fix this. Like they both don't know how to fix each other and themselves, and they're there with each other but also in pieces at the same time. And that's the same thing as like the cover, The Broken Heart. And then also another lyric is convince myself that this is real love, because we saw in here Lily constantly wondering like, is this real, is this fake, is this the pretend, or is this real, you know? It's also a fantastic song. Okay, so this next one, once again, pretty self-explanatory.
I was your willing accomplice, honey. The things I did so I could call you mine. Bittersweet to think about the damage that we do. I was going down, but I was doing it with you. Everything we broke and all the trouble that we made. I hope I was your favorite cry.
Especially the bridge of that song. Like, it's bittersweet to think about the damage that we do, because I was going down but I was doing it with you. Like the way that they created this whole fake thing for their entire family for years, like the trouble that we made, and then them enabling each other and each other's addictions, but like also helping each other at the same time. Favorite crime, makes sense. Okay, so this next one is more of a sad vibe to it, because it's like they both don't think that they are good enough, and this is kind of what this song is talking about.
Hold me while you wait. I wish that I was good enough. My love, won't you stay away?
So yeah, that one's more really sad, but I love Louis Capaldi, so I had to include a song of his in here. This one is just, they both are kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for each other, but at the same time, they do try to fix each other. Like they try to not let the other person hit rock bottom.
Try your best to get what you want, not what you need. I swear I you home. I will fix you.
Last one that reminds me of them too. This one is more so like the one thing they do believe in is each other.
Tell me how could I believe in something? I believe in love. Tell me where we're going now. Even in the dark, we'll find a way.
I'm gonna cry.
I believe in love.
Ready for these lyrics? Sometimes I'm beaten, sometimes I'm broke. Can we make it better because I'm losing hope? Tell me how to be in this world. Tell me how to breathe in and feel no hurt. Tell me how, because I believe in something. I believe in us. Tell me when the light goes down, that even in the dark we will find our way out. Tell me how, because I believe in something. I believe in us. Then the bridge goes, we used to be kids living just for kicks, in the cinema seats learning how to kiss, running through the streets that were painted gold. We never believed we'd grow up like this. And y'all, oh my god, be right back, will I die? That makes so much sense for them and just everything they've been through. I'm gonna cry, honestly. It's acceptable for me to cry right now, right? I mean, it's 8 p.m. It seems like cry o'clock. That is all I have for Lily and Lo for now. I'm thinking maybe specifically for the Addicted series and Off Campus, and then also Briar You. Since I'm posting reading vlogs for all of them, I'm thinking maybe I'll do a specific like playlist video for the Addicted series, and then maybe a playlist video for Off Campus specifically for Briar You. Let me know if you want to see that, and I'll do it. Next up, we've got Love in Other Words, Macy and Elliott. They're my comfort couple, honestly. I have some good songs for them. So this song reminds me of them because since they knew each other when they were kids, this song is like, I know everything about you and I'm something so familiar that sometimes it just passes you by. And then this song is saying like, I'll do anything for you. You just need to see me.
I know the house you grew up in, all of the names of your best friends. Spent the summer on your couch, about something so familiar that you don't even notice. The way I wanna love you, I catch you fly, go to the moon. Talk about the things that make you cry. Girl, just tell me what I have to do. I'll do anything for you.
Why anything for you reminds me of them is this specific line right here. I'm not going to give you too much so it doesn't spoil, but he says basically to her, you're the love of my life. I assumed I would get over you eventually, but seeing you yesterday, I couldn't go home to someone else and pretend to love her with everything I have. Another part that reminds me of that song is, I think it's page 227. She basically says, why can't everyone be like you? And he says, I can be enough of your world that it feels like everyone is. Elliot, y'all. Elliot Petropolis. I can't. So this one is kind of, if you read the book, you know that there's a little twist. Something happens and it kind of breaks Macy's heart. So this song kind of reminds me of that, of like, I'm letting you in again, letting you into my life, possibly to break my heart again.
Go ahead and break my heart again. Leave me wondering why the hell I ever let you. Oh, it must be nice to love someone who lets you break them twice.
So this next one, once again, kind of a self-explanatory one. I don't want to be in this world with anybody but you.
I wish we didn't say goodbye. I finally realized, 'cause I don't want to watch the world end with someone else.
This song is made for Elliot and Macy. It's kind of like that moment that happens all throughout this book of like, you really realize he's in love just in the way he acts and the things he does, and in like the way he stares. Just the mannerisms are all there, even if he doesn't fully say it yet.
One day he wakes, pauses, then says, "You're my best friend." He is in love. You can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. You can see it with the lights out. You're in love.
It just screams Elliot and Macy, especially like pauses and says, "You're my best friend," and you knew what it was. He is in love. That's this book explained. I just noticed I put 2 Taylor Swift ones back to back. Like I said, there's lots of Taylor Swift ones in here. I could make a whole video just about Taylor Swift songs that remind me of my favorite books. This book goes back and forth between the past and the present, and it goes back and forth between them as children becoming friends and then them as adults rekindling that friendship. So kind of what this song says.
I was 7 and you were 9. I looked at you like the stars would shine. My daddies used to joke about the two of us growing up and falling in love. Me back to the house in the backyard street. I dared you to kiss me and ran when you tried, but your eyes did shine. Few years have gone and come around. Got down on one knee.
Amazing. So that is all for Macy and Elliot. Hasta luego for now, Macy and Elliot. Now let's move on to the score, Dean and Allie, y'all. I have some good ones for this one. You know the song that I'm gonna start with. You know the scene. If you know, you know. If you don't know, read the book.
Check it out, going now. I'm not here for your entertainment. I was fighting for you, walked into my life. Just you and your hands tonight.
So this next one just kind of reminds me of how Dean likes himself so much better when he's with Allie, and then same goes for Allie. And it reminds me of their trip to New York.
To be young and in love in New York City. You know that I'm good long as you're here with me. I like me better when I'm with you.
Next one, y'all, is just nobody else understood them when they first started dating. What? Dean De Laurentiis? Allie? I'm confused. What the fuck? And it didn't make sense to anybody else, but it makes sense to them, and that's all that matters.
People say we shouldn't be together. I say they don't know what I'm talking about. I just wanna tell the world that you're mine, girl. They don't know about the things we do. They don't know about that I love you. They only knew they would just be jealous of us. They don't know about us.
It just reminds me of like how against it Garrett was in the beginning, and it reminds me of like when she shows up at the bar to see him and all the guys were like obsessed with her, and he was like, she's mine. Like, I just want to tell the world that you're mine. They don't know about the things we do. They don't know about the I love yous, and if they knew, they would understand. Okay, this next one's a very obvious one. It literally is Dean and Allie. Like, I'll explain it after I play it, but you'll know.
I read those texts that you said to yours. You walked in my life at 2 a.m. It's my voice, new girl. It's your best friend. Oh, drunk when I kiss you for the first time in New York City. I never fall in love. Then you showed up and I can't get enough of it.
That song is their song because it says, you know my ex that makes it all feel complicated. I read those texts you said to yours, but I never say it. And that is when she first goes to their house and Dean reads all the texts that Sean is sending her. Walked in my life at 2 a.m. because my boy's new girl is your best friend. My boy, Garrett's new girl, Hannah, is your best friend. Hannah's best friends with Allie. Act like you don't see me. We'll play pretend. Your eyes already told me what you never said. Because in the whole time, she was like, I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not attracted to you. No way. When I kissed you for the first time in New York City, their New York trip. And then Dean swearing that he's never going to fall in love. That's not him. And then she shows up and he can't get enough of it. Ah! It's just the entire thing. The entire thing is them. All of Reputation reminds me of Ellie and Dean, to be honest. But if I had to pick one song, it would be this one. And it's specific to the scene where she shows up at Malone's because she thinks that he's with some other girl. And she shows up in that bomb dress and like looking amazing, ready to show off. This song.
Our secret moments in your crowded room. They got no idea. All of the silence and patience. I put up this dress so you could take it. Even in my worst times, you could see the best of me. Now I wake up by your side, my one and only, my lifeline.
Our secret moments in a crowded room when they were at the bar for Fit's birthday and they were texting each other, you know what I mean? So like the crowded room was there and nobody knew that they were having this thing. And then when she shows up at Malone's with that dress, only bought this dress so you could take it off. And then you made your mark on me, a golden tattoo of the fact that like as soon as they slept together for this first time, Dean could not shake her. Oh, amazing. This one just makes sense. This one's because they hid their relationship for so long.
Let me know that I've done wrong just to waste my time with you. Find out games you don't wanna play. I'll keep you my dirty little secret.
So this next one, if you don't like country, skip this one. It's the only country song in here. I needed to put this one because it's just how in the beginning, when I take salsa dance lessons and he was like, I do what I want and I don't want to do that, so no, but you go ahead. And then he eventually goes with her. And this song, oh yes.
I'll never settle down. I was that kind of man. Just ask anyone. I don't think, but here I am. I'd do anything we really will.
So that just reminds me of them because like he specifically said he wouldn't dance and he wouldn't do it. But for her, he'd do anything. You know, I'd never settled down. That's what I always thought. I was that kind of man. Just ask anyone, because literally they called him Dean the Sex Machine. And that leads me to the last one for them too. They were each other's plot twist. Nobody saw it coming, but yet it turned out amazing.
Never thought it would end up like this. Always thought it would only be one kiss. I'm singing I love you, I fuck all night. I don't really fuck with romance. I'm not gonna play the play, but I don't wanna play no more.
So they were each other's plot twists, and that reminds me of that. Especially like all my life I've been a player, but I don't want to play no more. I fuck all night. I don't really fuck with romance, but since you came into my world, I had to leave that in the past tense. And especially, I always thought it would only be one kiss. One became 100. Now all of a sudden, I'm saying I love you. Exactly, Dean and Allie. So next, Misha and Ryan, Punk 57. This one is the one I will vouch for sure. This is them. She is kind of like this princess at school and she puts up this facade even though she doesn't like any of them, and he kind of just comes in and wants to take her away. Oh my god, yes, just listen, just listen.
You know I adore you, waving homecoming queen. I ran for my life, I can't days to stay there. Been a long time coming by, it's you and me. They whisper in the hallway, she's a bad, bad girl. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah, so that just reminds me of that because like Ryan cares so much about what people said in her school. The whole school is rolling fake dice. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's you and me. That's my whole world. They whispered in the hallway she's a bad, bad girl, like after they find out everything she's doing and everything he's doing, and they're both like kind of exiled from the school's popular crowd. It's just, yes, them. This next one I have on there because there's a playlist in Punk 57 in the very beginning, and this is one of the songs that's on there. They really emphasize this song.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Like the way it hurts.
I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. High up alone, drunk from her hate. I love her the more I suffer. I suffocate. She fucking hates me, and I love it. Wait, where you going? I'm leaving you. No, you ain't. Here we go again. It's so insane, cause when it's going good, it's going great. Superman with the weed in his back. She's so insane. Maybe that's what happens when a tornado meets a volcano.
I had to put this next one in here because it's Chase Atlantic, and I needed to put Chase Atlantic because I love them, but also because Misha is Chase Atlantic, let's be honest.
Tell me what you're doing on the other side. Tell me what you're doing with the other guy. Places you wanted, you crave it, believe, but don't say that you know what you taste of.
I like that one because it says, girl, tell me what you're doing on that other side. Tell me what you're doing with that other guy. Kind of like when Misha Mason showed up and was kind of like, wait, what the fuck? This is Ryan. Like, what's she doing with Trey? What's she doing in this life? And he's saying like, believe me, you want it, you crave it, you'll know once you taste it. I can't. I can just picture Misha saying that. But also, let me just play this one specific part off this song. Not the entire song, but this one part from Jack Harlow's verse in Industry Baby. Oh, it is literally Misha. Ready?
My track record so clean, they couldn't wait to smash me. Y'all shouldn't have let the world gas me. These girls know that I'm nasty. I sent it back to a boyfriend with my handprint on her ass cheek.
Specifically that part, because there's that scene where Misha literally, you know, does what he does with Ryan, and then he says like, now do me a favor and go sit on Trey's lap. I want your prom date to have no fucking clue what we just did. And that literally is what that song says. I send her back to her boyfriend with my handprints on her ass cheek. Say less. That is Misha. If yes. Obviously their last song, it just makes fucking sense. You'll know. It's essentially because they're so different.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Didn't make it any more obvious. He was a punk, she did ballet. The skater boy, she said see you later boy.
I think this song is also in the playlist. Yeah, it is. Skater Boy by Absolutely. Because that's who Misha is. And like Skater Boy rocking up MTV. He's in a band. Amazing. Perfect. I love them so much. Okay, y'all. Last couple is The Spanish Love Deception. Lena and Aaron. You know that these two have my entire heart. I'm so excited for this. This first one, it's just because if you read The Spanish Love Deception, Aaron starts off being this really amazing grumpy guy, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love him. And then you get like a little bit in the middle, like almost at the end, and then you learn his love language, and you're like, holy fuck, his love language is touch. And wow, it turns spicy like this. And this song just reminds me of that.
Hold it down with every word you speak. Been a minute since I had something so sweet. You keep speaking my love language. You could talk shit all night. You medication when I'm feeling anxious. That's the kind of shit I like.
You hold it down with every word you speak. Been a minute since I had something so sweet. That's Lena talking to him. And then if you're gonna keep speaking my love language, you can talk your shit all night. And boy does he talks his shit all night with his penis. No, that was inappropriate. All right, anyway, since this the Spanish Love Deception and a huge part of this book is set in Spain, obviously I had to include a Spanish song that I absolutely love. It's just essentially a Spanish love song of like, you have me in your hands, I have you, like we've got each other, this love is forever kind of thing. And I love it. It's a duet too, so.
Ya no fue coincidencia encontrarme contigo. Sabes que estoy colgando en tus manos, así que no me dejes caer. Te envío poemas, te envío puño y letra, te envío canciones de 440. Que mi corazón está colgando en tus manos.
Now this next one's from Aaron's point of view. How he was always down, like he was like just waiting for her to accept them together, but he was already there.
I wanna follow where she goes. I wanna let it take control. Pulls me in, baby. I should stop and start confessing. Yeah. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. Manipulate my decisions. There's nothing holding me back.
This next one is just because Lena throughout the book, she was confident in a sense, but she had some self-love issues, especially before the wedding and like going to see her whole entire family and all that. And Aaron always saw her as perfect. So this song kind of says like, I wish I could see me the way you see me.
You got more than 20/20, babe. Made a glass the way you see through me. How you touch myself from the outside. I wanna love me the way that you love me. For all of my pretty, you know I'm an ugly too. I love to see me from your point of view.
So this last one, again, needed to put a Spanish one. This one is essentially just reminds me of like their time dancing together and their times like being together and just saying, I'm not gonna make your heart hurt. I'm only gonna make your feet hurt because we're dancing so much, but your heart's never gonna hurt because of me. I know the last people fucked you over, but I won't.
Con poderme ver, mujer, que vas a ver. Si te quieras, te vas. Si no, no me busques más. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies.
That just reminds me of like her situation with her ex and how he would never do all the things that her ex did to her. Oh my god, that is bright. Anyway, yeah, I speak Spanish, y'all. I'm Brazilian, so I speak Portuguese, and like Portuguese was my first language, and then I learned Spanish to watch Rebelde, the TV show, the soap opera, and then I learned English when I got here. Fun fact. So that's all I've got today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. This is probably a long video because I had a lot of songs. I didn't realize how many songs I had. The playlist is linked below. Go follow it. Go follow me on Spotify. Let me know anything else you want to see. Any other playlist, any other couples you want me to include in the next one, another part to this. Give me some ideas and I'll do it. I love you, besties. I love you. I love you. I just dropped my phone.